Guys, it is still finance season in the OFC. The best investment opportunity or investment vehicle is real estate. We have the one and only Kemba Williams from Kean, who's joining us again today. She has an awesome free workshop coming up in May that she's here to share about, and just to talk about what that experience is like as an investor and that family work balance that we all need to have. Just stay tuned for today's OFC Podcast Radio.
OFC Podcast Radio. This is me.
Welcome to OFC Podcast Radio, where every beat, every word, and every laugh is a celebration of our journey. Join Gina the Great, your joy curator, Farrah Hammond Freeman, the head honcho, and me, Queen Kaya, your soul sister. Stay tuned for a dose of melanated excellence right here on OFC Podcast Radio. But before we do anything else, we're going to bless our show and the kings and queens listening.
Blessed melanated rising, my beautiful, beautiful people. I am so grateful to life. I'm grateful to God, our creator. I'm grateful to our ancestors. For one, just for being present here with us. And for two, for giving us this opportunity to be able to be on here this morning. And I just ask that today's show, let it be entertaining, let it be fun, uplifting, let it be inspiring, let it be motivating, but most importantly, let it be empowering to each and every one of our listeners as I send out that spirit of love, light, unity, strength, great health, wealth, peace, joy. Yeah, I'm going to say wealth again, just because it's that kind of time. Hotep, amen, ashe, ayibabo.
Ashe, ashe.
Yo, that was an extended blessing this morning. I felt like I wanted to go deep. I wanted to go deep and pull extra blessings.
I was just about to say, out. He is on one right now. You sure that was an Advil you just took?
I know, right? I know. Well, I'm excited. So first, I'm gonna let the people know we got a special guest because Gina the Great isn't with us this morning. She's somewhere globetrotting. I can't remember where she is right now.
Like she ran away from us, first of all. Like I don't know, Rome, Peru, something like that. Like some rich girl place.
You know. Yeah, that's it. That's how rich light skinned people. That's how they get done. But look, so she is gone globetrotting, just do the daggone thing. But listeners, do not worry. We have a replacement. We have the one and only Vance Michelle. Actually, I was about to call you Vito.
No, it's Vance. It's Vance, aka Vito. They all V Love. Back in the day, they used to call me V Love.
Okay, that's what it is. So we have a special guest. So he's gonna be joining us today, just taking part in our jokes, our shenanigans, and just doing a daggone thing. So we normally do our round table where we start off the morning, letting people know exactly what our weeks was like. So Queen Kaya, how was your week? How are things on your side of the world?
Lord, Father God, help me as I say these words. Now I'm trying to be politically correct. No, I'm just joking. This week was great. This week was wonderful. This week was a week for advancement, but I want to say that this week was called the Manifestation Proclamation. Because I swear that everything that I attempted to manifest this week, I got. And let me tell you the craziest thing. I started manifesting late in the week. I've been meditating and I've been just building myself up. But I said some words the other day, that I said because someone sent it to me like, hey, try this. I tried it and I said, I am so happy and grateful to be in possession of $1,000 today. Now, I should have said a whole lot more because I promise you by the end of the day, I had $1,000. Not just that. When it rolled over into the next rising, I had $1,998 in my bank account. And so now I'm like, oh my gosh, I should have said some more. So I'm about to clean up my house. I went and bought a coconut. I'm about to kick this coconut through this house and clean up any budness with that's in here. And I'm going to do my manifestation again and see how much I can come up with now, because now I got enough money to pay my bills. I ain't even joking. Like, this is real. So I want to tell you all about the power of manifestation and watching the words that you use. Sometimes we think we're just talking, and we think that the words that we say mean what we think it means. However, sometimes those words have other meanings, especially in combination with other words. So now I want you to be more mindful this week about how you speak about your life, how you speak about the blessings that have come to you, using the word but and why you're using the word but. It's a very big thing. Yeah, it's a very big thing. So I want us to be mindful of how we're using the words that we use and manifest your new life today. And that is my week in a nutshell.
Yo, snaps to that. I was talking all kind of stuff. I didn't realize I was on mute. Like that is awesome. I was trying to put in requests while you were saying that you're putting in you're changing the figures. I was like, can you add an extra 1,000 for me just while you're I don't know if it works like that. Can you? But that is awesome, Queen. That is awesome.
Yeah, can you manifest an agent for me? I mean, an agent. Manifest an agent out here. No, but I just want to add on to what she was saying though. Like she's right, and then I just want to say, even spelling. When they say spelling, because spelling, like words, spelling, like spells, my boy, spells. You know what I'm saying?
Casting spells.
Yeah, I be saying that too because even in the songs that we be singing, you know what I mean? That's why I be like trying to like when the rap songs come on, like when them songs about shooting and all that come on, I try not to sing them because you chanting and all that. You chanting. You can manifest your own life, singing them songs about shooting people and all of that. You can manifest that into your own thing. So, like, when them songs come on, the rap songs come on, I keep it positive. I'm singing, I keep them Drake songs, because Drake's rap about money. And I'll be like, I'll rap about money with Drake every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Exactly. It's like me and you, bro. I started from the bottom. Now we're both here. That's what I mean, Drake. Me and you.
Yep. I want to be on the top with you too, Drake.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I do.
So Vance, you got to tell me what's happening with you. You were telling me a little bit of something before we came live. So what's up and what's going on in your week?
Oh snap! You know what I did this week? I actually went and dived into some yoga this week. Yeah. I dived into some yoga, and I actually was dancing. I danced a lot this week. I found out I'm a pretty good dancer. Like I needed that in my life, like because I realized sometimes you get stressed out of nowhere. You get low key stressed. It just creeps up on you while you on your grind, while you doing your thing. And then next thing you know, I just came to me that I like to dance. So, but I just stopped doing that in my life. Now, next thing you know, I would just, busted out some dance. Like I just did it on the video game, Just Dance, I'm dancing and shaking my little thing, trying to pop my hips. I'm not working the knees and all of that. I'm not shaking it like, I ain't shaking it like a 15-year-old and all that, but I'm working. I'm trying to do a little something. And it's stretching. It work. It's stretching. I'm stretching parts I ain't stretched in a long time. I'm telling you, it feels great. It just feels good. I'm walking up the steps, not feeling it in the knees now. It just feels good. It just feels good. I feel like
you're speaking the language right now because I guess we hit that point where it's common, the knees and the hips, where it's like, damn, what did I just do?
Yeah, but exactly. Yo, when I got back in them doing them Indian positions, because you used to do the Indian, I used to sit like Indian style easy. Now I can't even sit half Indian style. I can't midget Indian style. I can't even sit no Indian style. There's no way. Like I'm looking crazy. I'm seeing these white girls bend all different types of way, and I can't even bend my elbow. And I'm like, whoa, it's another level over here. and I'm sweating just stretching. How you sweat just stretching? That's crazy.
As your muscles crying.
You know, we talk about it all the time, but we got to follow through. We say that we're gonna do an Empower or a podcast, an OFC Podcast Radio workout session. We talk about it all the time.
Yeah,
but it's because health is wealth. You know, we got to take it more seriously. We got to take time because it's like stretching. You know, because it just gets your blood circulating, gets your muscles moving, and your bones quickly crackling, and that I think is the most important part.
And right now, you know what? The real deal for me to stick into it is not even the benefits. I'm not even sticking into it because I'm like, oh, I gotta do this because it's healthy. On the real right now, I'm actually getting addicted to how I feel now because I'm like, I'm like, I'm feeling way better than I felt 2 weeks ago. So I ain't trying to go back to that. Like now I'm like, I want to keep this feeling. Like that's the real part. That's what keeps me go back to it now. And I'm a lazy motherfucker when it comes to workout. But now after doing it, like I'm just like, yo, I like this feeling. I don't even want to go back to getting the looseness, the tightness in my shoulders. I don't even want to go back to that, yo. It's like if I gotta keep doing this to keep it, then I'm gonna do it because I like it.
Yeah, see, that is the energy. You know, well, I was gonna say something that it's somewhat inappropriate, but it's not inappropriate for this show because we always just keep it 100. But to me, that's like going out and getting one of those washouts, like it's cleaning out your inside. You know, I talk about it pretty often. That I feel something that we should be doing at least once a year. I cannot remember what it's called. Kaya, do you remember the thing it's called? It's kind of invasive, but you know what I'm talking about. Where you wash out. Colonoscopy. Right, something like that. Right, where you wash out from the inside. After because the first time I did it, I didn't realize because like very very often like my stomach.
Sorry, a colonic.
A colonic. That sounds more like it, right? A colonic. And it's like very often, like my stomach was just making just noises, like it just kind of, and I just, you know, and I just assumed that was normal because it's like it happened all the time, like just little random, like you know, and after getting one of those washouts. And to realize that wasn't normal, like it's like it stopped. I was like, yo, my stomach's not just talking on its own anymore. I was like, yo, I feel great. Like, yo, and it's like it was a subtle sluggishness I was feeling before I got it done too. I was like, yo, this is life-changing stuff. But I digress. It's not, you know, I talk about the value of get a washout at least once a year. Feel great.
Yeah, and not just a washout, a parasite cleanse. You want to take the parasite cleanse. You want to get the parasites out because sometimes we're doing these cleanses, but these parasites are stuck. They're inside holding on, waiting for you to ingest some more sugar, something white, a carbohydrate, some bread, rice. They waiting for you to come with it. So do the parasite cleanse.
Are you getting, I think I seen one parasite cleanse. I was like, whoa, is this actually cleaning the parasites out there? Where they put the pads under your feet. It looked like tampon pads or something in your feet, and then next thing you know, they'd be white pads. Next thing you know, they got like black stuff all over it. I was like, whoa.
I did that actually with Paul Wallace. I did that.
Yo,
with
me
Dr.
too.
Paul Wallace.
Yeah, I did one too.
I had some blood clots in my legs. I had some pain in my knee. Right. Oh. And then I already had a pain, but I had an extra pain that was coming. And I was like, oh my gosh, but I had just had a car accident. Right. And I had no treatment from a doctor. So I go to see Paul. Paul does this thing to me. And why does the pain in my leg go away? And when they look at the readout of what's in the water, it's blood clots.
Whoa.
So it was the pain that I was one of the pains that I was feeling in my leg, this tightness and this big swollenness that was in my calf was because I had a blood clot in there. My body was trying to hold it so it didn't travel.
Wow. You see that? No, so again, shout out to Paul Wallace, and I'm glad we're talking about this. Health is wealth. I had one too. We did it, had one set up at the retreat. And it was awesome. Like, well, one, it is really odd to see how much grossness comes out of your feet. Like, it's like, you know, seeing the water change and everything, but it's just like, again, like we don't realize like how many toxins that we're holding in. Just to think about the amount we're being poisoned regularly through our food. It is just regular. Like they are just spraying just a coat of poison over all our food regularly. And then obviously let's not talk about the food that's not even real food that we're digesting now just because it's like, yo, it's cheaper. So that's what
Well,
we're
not
doing.
not just that, because you could even go organic now. As melanated people, something that we understand about mRNA and food is that it could be organic, but there's an mRNA in that too that says if you're melanated, it won't do the same for you that it does for everyone else. So I seen a young lady say something the other day, and I understand something. And she said the reason why they've never really been able to get her is because she stopped eating food at a certain year. It was many years ago, but she hasn't eaten food in like over 6 years.
Like any kind of food?
No food.
Wow. Well, I watched a clip the other day of a woman who hasn't eaten food in like 16 years. But
Yes.
this Indian woman in Ethiopia or something like that.
How is she still living?
That's I stopped watching it halfway.
Because they take herbs, they take herbs and minerals and stuff like that, but they don't actually masticate and ingest food.
Yeah, she's just like, yeah, she's fine. She cooks, she takes care of her children, she has pure energy. She just like after some time, she just lost the vibe and has no appetite, and she just is how she's living. I'll share it on our page, people. If you guys want to watch it, I'll share it on our page.
I mean, she living, but if she tries to lift a rock or a stick, I don't think she gonna make it.
Yeah. But yo, that's what I thought too. But yo, she's healthy. She's doing things. She's farming. She's gardening.
First of all,
doing
she
her
don't eat
daggone
food.
thing.
You're talking about lifting a rock. She's lifting the rock with her mind, brother. What are you talking? She's over there
she's super
levitating. She don't even eat food. What are you talking about? She's over there like the rock. The rock is like, okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I did watch another one.
She like 5 pounds. You know what I'm saying? She ain't walking. She floating. She wasn't even skinny. But there was a guy. Anyways, I'm gonna digress after this one last point because there was another guy who was a breatharian or something like that. That was something else I watched, and that's all he just digests air and sunlight, and that's his. He's like air and sunlight. He's like, I'm full. Like he's like he gets up.
I love it.
That's it.
He said, like he took a big gulp or something.
Yeah, I'm full. He's good to go. And the guy that was with him was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Yeah, no, you didn't just take that in that all that sun." He's like, "What?" He's like, "When we were walking on the beach." He's like, "I'm good for the day." The guy's like, "Yo." He's like, yo, this is it. He's like, yo, that walk, that was breakfast. What do you think we're doing? Anyways, all right, so that was your week, Vance. So, on my side, this week was, I don't even know where to start. It's like I'm doing myself no favors. You guys know I get it in when it comes to work and just doing what I got to do to get it done. You know what I mean? So I've been out at the retreat because it's double time. We're getting things ready. I'm hyped. Like we're doing like our grand opening in June. We want the community to come out and experience the awesomeness of what is this Oasis Retreat Center that we got set up here. So I've been putting it in. I've been away from the family. I know they miss me. I miss them too. And I've been doing my 9 to 5, so to speak, in the daytime, and then doing all kind of physical labor in the nighttime. And that nighttime then bleeding into the daytime. So I've seen the sun rise too many times this week, and then went to sleep, took a rest for a couple of minutes, what it felt like a couple of minutes, and bounced back up just to get it back in. Like we're recording our show right now. I think I went to sleep like three hours ago max. Like I'm sure. So it's like this is just what it is right now. But it's grind season, so I don't necessarily mind. And I think I eat from the moon and the vibes at night. I have to say, because I was doing some work outside last night, and it's so lovely. Like I did a bonfire, so it's like just taking in the vibes of the fire, the moon, the air, the atmosphere. It just lifts your whole spirit.
That's a good ambiance.
Yo, that's what it is, and it's like I'm just looking forward to people being out, just more people coming out here. I think I told you guys already. I had one of my peoples come out not too long ago. Actually, it's happened on more than one occasion now that I think about it, where they come through and they come just to visit or they come whatever be the case. But when they come, the energy is so uplifting. it changes their whole perspective on things. Like they come out here feeling a way, and just by being out here, just taking in the vibes, just taking in, just breathing, just taking
Where they
in a deep
coming
breath.
from?
They're coming from the city for the most part. They're coming in from Montreal,
Okay.
right? Because we're about an hour and a bit out of the city, so they're coming in. They're coming in, and they are like it just does something to you guys. Like, and I think it's like I talk about it all the time. We are Earth. We are the planet in physical form. Like we're not on the
Yeah.
planet. So when we get that opportunity to connect back with ourselves, when we connect with Gaia, when we connect with Mother Nature, it's like
Right.
it's almost like a reboot, you know. And it's like it's something, you know. It's funny. It's in line with what we've been talking about because it gives you that yes feeling without you even realizing how bad you felt before. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those. Oh my God, it's one of those things. So it's something that I'm telling you, I'm working day in day out just because I want people to be able to come and experience this. And there's something else too that I find is important is that as a people that we take time to make sure that we are taking time for ourselves. So unplugging. I know certain things are tight financially. Again, another reason why we got this retreat is that if you do need to go on a little staycation, we got a place within the community that you could unplug. More importantly, I think it's something that should be practiced with our loved ones, your children, your spouse. Just take a moment to unplug and reconnect with them. Yes, we do have the internet up here, but you don't got to use it. You can come up here and just be, you know, just appreciate each other, appreciate the atmosphere, build bonds, play games, you know, do that whole thing. Because it's just, guys, we spoke about it a gazillion times, but life is short. And you wanna do things that you appreciate. You don't wanna look back and tell yourself, well, you know, you're grinding for your family, but never got to spend time with them. Your children are growing up. You don't even know who they are. You know what I mean? So take advantage. We got this space available for you guys within the community. Reach out to the OFC if you want to unplug, if you want to plan something for a little staycation with the family, just to unplug for the weekend and whatnot. We got you. So that's been one of my main highlights. I spoke about it a bit last week too, but I got to give another shout out to West Canton Folk Performing Company. They had their recital, drum and dance recital at West Haven. It was off the chain.
I just want to add to that too. A little downtown too. You gotta have downtown so you can stay up.
I like that. The downtime in order to stay up is all day.
Is a must to stay up.
Yeah, it's a must. It's a must. Well said. Thank you, Vance. Thank you for adding, because it's vital. It's vital. But yeah, so I was saying I had the opportunity to take part in that West Canton recital, so that was all day goodness. I feel there's something else that I did this week too that was fun, that's slipping my mind right now, and I'm gonna think about it later and be like, oh yeah, that was that. Oh yeah, what am I saying? Shout out to Andrea. So you guys know last week, so we had Andrea Cox, who's our after death pre-planning coach. All right, we had that session. And it was very well attended, I have to say. And shout out to the community, shout out to the city. But there's still needs to be more people. And for Vance, I'm not sure if you got an opportunity to hear this, but this sister, what she does is she helps families to get ready. Basically, she wrote a book. It's pre-planning first, and it is everything you need to know before you pass away, before you transcend, or before a loved one transcends. Right? And things that you need to think about, conversations you need to have, things you need to put into place. And as a community, it's like unfortunately, we're always reactive. We know we're all going to die. We know we're going to transcend, but we're not planning. We're not taking the time to make sure we have the proper insurances in place. We're not, there's so many things that, that we need to do. Like, and funerals are not cheap. It's like, and you know what I mean? And like brothers and sisters, like I don't mind throwing some change at it when needed, but the GoFundMe's at this point, like, come on. I really think that we could plan ahead. Preparation is better than cure. I always like to say that.
When I hear stuff like this, I always think like, damn dog. out of all the classes they could have put, goddamn elementary school. Shout out to you homeschooling your kids.
You know it.
But back to what I was saying. I'm like, dang, why didn't they put financial literacy class, course? Like, that could have really helped us right now. Like, if we all learn financial literacy, like, geez. But yeah, back to you see, man.
No, I'm glad you just dropped that, because as I'm segueing out, I want to give another shout out to our boy Clark Cadet, who has his financial literacy workshop that he offers to the people in the community. And again, he's not a financial advisor. He's helping people to figure out like understanding your debt, understanding budgeting. Like, budgeting is something that as adults, guys, this was a reality check for me. It's like, you cannot function without having a budget. You need to know how much you're spending every month, every week, every month on your expenses, so you know how much it's costing you to live. So anyways, so he has an amazing course to help people get out of debt, help people build their credit, so that as entrepreneurs you could get access to some of that financing that's out there and available to you. So that's just what it do. So with that, I'm going to digress as we're preparing to segue. We have an amazing guest for you this week. You guys know we're still within finance season, so we have our sister Kemba from Kean Real Estate Group, who is coming down, she's going to be educating us and teaching us all kind of awesome things about opportunities that are coming up. She has a great event coming up, so that is what it's going to be. So you guys stay tuned to that. That's going to be an awesome one. And I found a quick little joke that I'm going to play for us. And it was just about I don't know if you could say it's the Ebonics in Guyana. Is that what it is, Queen Kaya? Is it the Ebonics in Guyana?
I don't know if I would call it the Ebonics. I think so. It's the alphabet breaking down the dialects, because this is real language that you need to know. And, this was important for me because, I'm part Guyanese also, right? So it's like, it's a thing for me. So I'm like, yes, but we needed that. This was a book that you needed that you didn't know you needed.
That's what it is. When I heard it, I was like, this one's for Kaya. So you guys sit back, stay tuned as we play some of the jokes as we transition, and we will be back.
Recently, I bought my niece this book, a Guyana book of words. Basically, it has all the Guyanese terminology and lingo to promote the culture and help her learn. It's basically the ABCs of Guyanese lingo. A is for abidis, meaning we, us, ours. B is for bati. Yes, it is. Buttocks. But Feroz fall dung and he hurty bati. I love that this made it into this book. Oh my god. Okay, there's another good one for B. B is for badai. Not good. Wishing bad luck or jealousy on someone. Auntie Susan, badai me mother squash plant. Now the things stop blossom. Oh lord. N is for naable. Can't be bothered. When me and Jay a fight over the crayon, missing this tell me naable with Aya. Stupid Rouse. Okay, I added the stupid Rouse part. Missing the student call her students that. Which brings us to one of the most important words in this book. I'm so glad this is here. R is for ras. Rear end, a general form of expression. My mom is gonna be so mad that I just said that word out loud. I hope my mother now watch this. That's another one. M is for mother in this book too. This book is so educational. Honestly, I think you all should buy a copy of this. I can't wait to give this to my niece. W is for what list? Man, it just keeps getting better and better. Guyanese lingo.
Let's take a quick positive cause just to shout out our homegirls, Kemba and Andrea from Kean Real Estate Group. Whenever you're thinking real estate, whenever you're thinking investments, whenever you're thinking about planning for the long term, think Kean Real Estate Group. They're generating wealth for generations. KeanGroup.ca. If your goal is to purchase a car and to make the process as simple as possible, just get a car broker, guys. You just get a car broker. Big shout out to our homeboy, Hamsdale Jacques, the owner of HJCourtierAuto.com. That's HJCourtierAuto.com. If you're a small to medium-sized business and you're getting started and you're ready to go to that next level, what do you need? You need a phone line and you need a website. Think Mainstream Digicom. They got all your telecommunication needs checked. mainstreamdigicom.com. You're trying to get out on the web. You're trying to understand how to navigate through ads. Check out Java Logics for all your marketing, your digital marketing. Where would we be without Preston? I don't even know. Check out Java Logics. I give thanks to Preston for what he's done for the OFC. The amount of positive reviews we've gotten from all his referrals, we're proud to stand behind his work. Check out javalogics.com. No, it's not just because he's my brother. It's because you can't talk hip-hop in Montreal without saying M City Solo. Guys, check out his latest project, In My Fields, available on mcitysolo.com. If it's not one of the hardest new EPs to hit Montreal, come and let me know. You already know. It's your boy, Pharaoh, bigging up, mcitysolo.com. Keeping the culture alive. I gotta give thanks to West Can Folk Performing Company. For the last 40 years plus, they've been promoting our culture through song, drum, and dance, educating youth, the children, the seniors. Just check them out, westcanfolk.com.
Girl, what are you cooking?
My curry chicken.
Ooh, you're burning it.
Oh, gosh, it looks so...
It's okay, girl. You need the Curry House. They have the best Caribbean food in town. 2 locations in Montreal, West Island, and Côte-de-Neige. For more information, follow Caribbean Curry House, MTL. Don't forget to mention the Empower Hour for your 10% discount.
So, who placed in the order?
Me.
DeVito, WizKid, Burna Boy. Those are just some of the big names that's blessed Montreal thanks to Afrobeats Montreal. Definitely check out Afrobeats MTL for all concerts, show listings, everything that has to do with Afrobeats in the city. Check out Afrobeats MTL. One full circle. We are the Melanated Community Resource Hub and Network. What does that mean? We're here for each other.
Parlay with the people.
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 Parlay with the people. Parlay with the people.
Parlay with the people.
Parlay with the people, y'all.
All right, beautiful people. So you guys heard me, like I mentioned, just the top of the show. You guys already know we are in finance season within the OFC. So everything we're talking about is how to save money, how to get out of debt, how to build wealth. And we've said it before, one of the, if not the best ways of establishing wealth is through real estate. And we have a partner within the OFC, which is our sister Kemba from Kean Real Estate Group, who is joining us today to share. There's also all kind of awesome developments, all kind of things, great things that they're doing within the community. So she is here with us today to bless us with her presence, grace us with her presence, but also share some new developments. Yes, Sister Kemba. So thank you for being on with us again on Parlay with the People and for being a guest with us on the OFC Podcast Radio. How are you doing today, Queen?
Thank you so much, Pharaoh. Thank you, OFC, for having me on. I'm doing great. It's a wonderful day. The sun is shining. I'm alive. I'm breathing. Life is wonderful. My children are growing. So many blessings to be grateful for. So I am really happy to be here. Thank you.
No, and it's like I'm sharing these same sentiments because the sun is shining. There's a vibe in the air. I'm kind of moving on very little sleep, but I feel like I've been recharged because I did go outside and take in some of the vibes this morning. And I feel there's just something when the sun is out and the wind is and the breeze is blowing and it's kind of warmish. There's just it's very uplifting to the spirit and to the vibe. So yes, I'm with you there as well. So for those who might not know who you are, I always like just giving a moment just for those new to our show, new to the platform, who haven't had an opportunity to connect with you. I would like to give you an opportunity just to introduce yourself and encourage everybody to connect with you for sure.
Okay, thank you so much. So I'm Kemba Williams, co-founder of the Kean Real Estate Group. I am a mom of 3. I have my husband. We live in Toronto. I am part of a huge family. I used to live in St. Lucia with that huge family. I moved from there to come back to Canada, and I've been here for the last, let's say, just 20 plus years. We don't have to go past into too much.
Right. That's it. Yeah. We got approx. Yeah. 20 plus. Good.
Yeah, and
hmm
in that time, I've lived mostly in Toronto. I've lived in a few places actually, Ottawa, London, Ontario. Now I've sort of settled in Toronto, and I did banking for quite a few years as part of my career, where I started, and it was a very interesting time in life where you're working, focused on building that experience. After 15 years of doing that, I left to focus on real estate full time, and we started the Kean Real Estate Group. I also became a realtor in that time, and I've been doing multiple things over that time, but mainly focused on real estate investing, developing my knowledge and skill around real estate investing. When we started Kean Group, we had a really clear goal to help educate folks on what they need to do to get into real estate investing, but also looking for opportunities for ourselves and the people in our community to grow and learn about real estate investing. That led us to create something we have right now, which is the Kean Academy. It's a place where you can go participate in events, participate in learning about different tools you can use within real estate. We also do a lot of community related education. Like last weekend, we were doing a seminar on a weekend with a group of moms who are interested in learning about real estate. So it was really a great, it's so uplifting to see that engagement, but that's what I do. I educate people on how they can participate and build wealth. It's something that many communities do really well, and I think it's a skill that we need to build in terms of how we use our money, where we put it so that it can grow and build opportunities for us with our families. So that's what I do as part of Kean.
As you're speaking, so many things like come to mind. So first, like kudos, congrats, applause, and claps just for what you've been able to do, what you've accomplished. So you transitioned from just, I guess, call it working the conventional 9 to 5 to becoming an entrepreneur in essence, doing that full time, but then also just being that example. So I have a question. There's two things that come to my mind. We'll go one at a time. I'll just throw them out. But so first, like in terms of like being a mom and being in business, what is that experience like that balance, like in between actually being a mom and being a wife and being in business? Like what is the balance like, and what is the experience like?
Wow, that's a big question. And because I did both, where I worked in corporate Canada, I had a very structured schedule when I was working, right? You wake up, you get the kids ready, you get them out, you get to work, you come back at a certain time. It's very, very structured in that you can control your time. When I became an entrepreneur, it was like, that schedule got flipped. I work on weekends. In the evening, I'm on calls in the morning. I think, that was a big transition for me and my family, because it became, we're planning, our 2 to 5 weeks of holidays every year. And it's very clear. My husband and I align, it's so clear and structured, and year after year, it's kind of the same thing. Your paycheck is always the same. And it provides some stability to the family when you are working in that way. So not to knock, I mean, there's always the freedom of entrepreneurship, which I experienced as well. But that was definitely a huge transition period for me and my family. Me personally, trying to get used to the schedule of, what do I do as an entrepreneur? Nobody's telling me that I have to wake up at this time and get this, that done. Nobody's telling my business is going to have to do. I need to now direct that and be the one focused on doing that. So that was something, a learning experience for me. But I also saw a very important step of leaving that job, because I was doing it part-time, and I felt like I couldn't sort of, crest over that hump of next step, that next level of commitment. I didn't leave my full time, because I was always just dedicating a couple of hours in the evening, a couple of hours here and there where I could spare between, having a family, kids, everything to the business. So I had to give up something. And obviously, you can't give up the family because that's why you're working.
That's exactly it, right?
So you have to help.
Mhm.
You have to help, you have to find the balance. And so once I left the full time and I was able to focus, it was important to now not just be working all the time because you're trying to figure out the entrepreneurship journey. I had to see it's time to make time for the kids, make time for my husband. So it was definitely a reprioritizing of things.
I also want to ask, what was the experience now? So getting your license as a real estate agent, what was that experience like? And why did you think that was important to also do as you're a real estate investor?
It's not necessary for you to have a license as an investor, but because I went from my full-time job to a business, and my business was mainly focused on real estate, I felt that having the license would give me access to more insider information in relation to real estate, where I had access to all the systems, I had access to just more information, and I could also incorporate the license and potentially in the future a brokerage into my business. So that's why I chose to do that. And I mean, as an entrepreneur, you have to see that although you may have a business model, you have to work on yourself, self-development in different ways, where you still need to go out there and upskill, take courses, make sure that you're still working on yourself and your mind. I know when we're working with companies, sometimes they send us on training because they know, okay, you need this skill to help, continue on your path. As an entrepreneur, you need to see the same thing for yourself, where you're upskilling, you're constantly looking for ways to build your knowledge and grow. If you see a direction for your company, you want to know about that. You might want to, get a master's business management, or, there's different things. If there's some technology, I just spoke to an entrepreneur who is a contractor, and you reconnect with folks in your network all the time, and he was sharing with me that he just is doing courses on 3D printing homes. So everybody and that's kind of why I went for my license. It's part of, I'm in real estate, I'm looking to help people invest, and many times I work with realtor affiliates in different parts of Canada, but I can't actually help people in my local region. So I thought the license would be just helpful in me growing my business. And that's why.
So first, what do you do for people who, what do you do, or what can you do, I should say, for people who are looking to get involved and they're a little bit on the fence, they're a little bit intimidated about the whole process. How can you help, in other words, get people involved who might be interested, but a little intimidated or, not sure where to go?
A lot of what we do is very focused on helping people get out of their own way, kind of thing. We're not always starting from a position of strength and knowledge. So, and we put these layers on top of ourselves saying, hey, I can't, I don't know how, I'm going to lose my money. I'm going to, there are risks in everything we do. But, getting yourself out there, getting educated about what it is you're trying to do is really important to building the confidence to be able to do it. As I mentioned, we have Kean Academy, and we sort of have a lot of courses on there from how people can help to manage their own properties to how do they get started. We do events online and in person, where we talk to people about opportunities and things they need to know. But really, a lot of our education starts with mindset and sort of talking about, okay, what is it you're trying to achieve? What is it you want? And sometimes people don't even know that. But when it comes to getting started, it's kind of starting to think about, okay, what is out there? What are the opportunities out there? How does that fit into what I want? And so, even now coming up, we have a workshop coming up called Earn While You Sleep. It's talks to people about options for how they can get started in real estate. It's not always buying that apartment building. You're not going to start at the top of the top. You may start somewhere else. Earn While You Sleep brings opportunities for people to understand about investments, what type of investments are available to them at different price points. when you think of buying a house, whether it's in Toronto, Montreal, wherever you're thinking of buying a house, the premises are the same. You need to have a down payment, you need to have a deposit, you need to get a mortgage, and you need to be able to pay for that mortgage and take care of that house. The expense of that varies, but definitely in Toronto and even now in Montreal, I'm sure it's a lot more expensive to do that. I think, as first-time buyers, a lot of people don't realize 5% is what they need, but they also need maybe up to another 5% for closing costs and, other expenses related to getting the property. So planning 5% is good. And in Toronto, it's challenging because the price points are so high that it's just, it's difficult. Getting into buying your own property is an option, but there's other options available if you want to get started and you're not able to start at that point. So is definitely a series that we do that helps people see what are the opportunities out there in the market. And the workshops really focus on one opportunity at a time, the online workshops, but the live event brings a lot of those together and you get all of it at once. So
that's amazing. Do you guys create opportunities for maybe joint investments where people could get together and say, let's pool our capital together and invest? Like if I don't have a lot of capital myself, but I would maybe like to partner with some other people. You guys create those options? Can you create?
So yes, and yes. I can say.
Nice.
Yeah. So in terms of like how it'll work when you want to start getting information and learning, we have something called the Investor Forum. We do bi-weekly calls and, where we talk about different topics related to investing. We might, one of the recent ones, we had a realtor come in from Kingston and he was sharing opportunities. He was also sharing about which areas in Kingston are what is the investor profile and what is the investment profile of the different areas in Kingston, and sharing price points and cash flow of what's currently on the market and what you'd want to look for in an investment. These types of workshops we do on a regular, and they help you learn about different topics. As the community comes to us and says, hey, I want to learn about XYZ, we sort of put that into the schedule of learning, and then we bring that topic to you and we bring experts to you so that you can learn about that topic. And then if you're doing like coaching with us, where we're working with you individually, we won't wait till the schedule for the coaching comes up to cover that topic. We may cover it with you individually, specifically for your needs. And then there's some consulting we can do if you're looking at projects like what you just mentioned, like where you're looking at specific projects around different parts. We'll want to get you connected with experts like how will you get the capital? So we'll want to, sort of help you figure out where's that money coming from. If you already have the capital, you'll need the lending, so the mortgages and so on. Will that work? And then we also help you from a consulting perspective. Do you know your numbers on what that's going to do for you? An investment may sound good, but it just may not fit your needs. And you have to do a lot of due diligence to make sure that it's going to do what you expect it to do.
So this is good. So basically, a person doesn't have to come to you pretending like they know anything. Basically, you guys can guide them in this process.
Absolutely. And, we talk to people too about their time commitments. We started chatting about family and where you're at and so on. You have to think about your time because that's the most precious thing you have. And the Earn While You Sleep is really cool because you can get involved in real estate, but you don't have to commit a lot of your time. If you want to do the projects that are like buying together or buying individually, you have to know that you have the time to, one, monitor the finances, get the tenants, manage the tenants, maintain the properties, travel to the properties depending on where they are, or you have a good team of property managers who can do that for you. You have to constantly maintain that. You also have to maintain your mortgage ability, because although you'll get a 5-year mortgage, if you want to move it in a couple of years, there's so many things that you need to do personally if you are going to invest in physical property. It's not just, I got the mortgage, it's done. No, it's an ongoing commitment. And if you do it with others, you also have to remember that it's an ongoing relationship with those people that you invest with. So we talk to people about relationships that they need to have, documents they need to sign, things they need to do, to make sure that they're a success. The Earn While You Sleep series gives people an opportunity to think, hey, I love the idea of real estate. I want to get involved. I want to make the money real estate can help me make. but I don't have the time. I don't have the inclination. So what opportunities, what's out there that I can do and put my money to work for me, where I'm not the one who's taking that time away from my family, my friends, The upcoming one is on May 30th. We'll have another date scheduled in June. And then the live one is going to be coming up September 28th. People can come in and learn about this opportunities to put their money to work. And these opportunities that we've likely done ourselves. These are not things that we're saying, hey, do this. We don't do it ourselves. Do this. It's a lot of learning. We know the companies that are coming to you. We've worked with them personally in our own personal investments. Usually, if we haven't worked with them though, we do some vetting to say, hey, who are you? Where are you coming from? If you're offering people opportunities, investment opportunities, what are those? And we sort of understand where they're coming from. It's needed if you want to build wealth to say, how am I using my time? If I don't have the time, what am I doing with my money so that it can work for me? And that's kind of really what the Sleep series is. It's giving you an opportunity to put that money to work without you having to be physically involved, and you can, save yourself the time.
I want to encourage everybody to participate. Now, we have the virtual session coming up May 30th. We're going to be sharing it on all the platforms, but can you also just give people the contact information if they just want to reach out to you directly, whether it be to get their tickets to sign up? And it's free, right? The virtual event is free, which is also another amazing opportunity. But again, just making it where the information is accessible to the community. I really appreciate what you guys are doing there, because it is something that just that information could help to change somebody's life. That is exceptional. But yes, so if you could just share the contact information, how people could reach out to you guys to register or just to find out more about connecting with you.
My number is 16821-5765 to check out some of what we have on offer. In terms
Wait, hold on. You got to say that number again. You said it too quick.
Sorry.
People are listening to the number. They're like, whoa, what? Hey, I didn't even take my phone out yet. Hold on. People are, all right, people, I got your back. I know what it's like when you're trying to grab these numbers that we be dropping on the radio super fast. Okay. So again, and we know, and it's starting with 416. All right.
416-821-5765. You can give me a call. You can chat about it. The link to, where you can learn about the community, where you can learn about the events we have, it's Kean Academy. So KEAN academy.mykajabi.com.
How do you spell Kajabi?
Kajabi.
Okay, just making sure for the people out there. It's like, what? Kajabi? Okay, good. Yeah. Just making sure. All right, cool.
At Kean Academy, mykajabi.com, we'll have the events listed. So if you don't make it to the May 30th, there'll be follow-up events, and definitely the live event will be posted there where you can come in and learn about how you can earn while you sleep.
It's awesome, as usual, having you on as a guest. Again, like I'm excited for the future, just because I know getting involved in real estate, it's not always just like it's not all about instant gratification, so to speak. It's planting seeds to be able to reap the benefits down the line. So again, I'm excited for the future, because I do know with the information that you share with the community and those who are participating, we're preparing ourselves for a wealthier future, and we're setting up our children to succeed. We're creating opportunities for them to, like we say within the OFC, we are creating economic foundations for our future generations. So you're doing it the real way. I like to close off and give our guests an opportunity to bless our listeners. And as you've been here before, so I know you can't be surprised. What kind of words would you like to leave our listeners with this time around?
So I started with saying that I'm grateful for life, and I'm grateful for what I have in my life. I'd like to say to everyone who's listening, we have so many goals. We have so many things that we want to achieve. Always just take a moment to say thank you and remember the things that are good in your life. Always go back to that to help give you peace. Even if you still have goals to achieve, recognize when you have done good things. Don't let it pass, and don't not celebrate your successes, because, sometimes life can get very heavy and, do this. I was able to invest in my first project. I was able to, I was able to get the kids to school on time. It always have to be a big thing. It can be a small thing we're celebrating, but still we've accomplished something. So I always want to say thank you, and you're blessed because you're accomplishing a lot. So there's my blessing.
Queen, thank you for that. Thank you. Again, we appreciate having you as a member of this OFC community, having you as a partner of the OFC community. And again, thank you for blessing us on the OFC Podcast Radio and for being a guest with me on Parlay with the People. Everybody sit back, stay tuned as we now get ready for Kaya's Jambalaya.
This is Queen Kaya, and welcome to Kaya's Jambalaya. Come in, take a seat. Let me cook.
Welcome to another episode of Kaya's Jambalaya. And y'all, I told y'all I was going to come back and we was going to get into this Drake and Kendrick beef. And now it appears that we really have some things to discuss. So I was just asked by our co-host today, Vance, who do I think won the battle? And I think they both lost. I think they both lost.
Damn.
First of all,
not even Drake. You don't think Drake put it up for the city though? You don't think he did it for the 6?
I love Drake. I was planning on being his boo at one point in time. I might be too old for him. I hope that the rumors that they're saying is not true, but there's some things going on, and we need to look at some things, and we need to pay attention to some things, because Drake was very well connected in this industry. He's not exempt from any of the bad things that they say you have to do in order to make it to the echelon that he's made it to. He's not exempt.
Okay.
And we need to pay attention to some things. Now, the level of reach that he has keeps the people from going after Drake, because they say that Drake is a man to be feared. They say that Drake is responsible for the murder of Triple Extension, or whatever that boy's name is. Triple Extension.
Mm.
So, and he wrote a rap about it, that he traded the boy life for a Louis bag. And when the boy died, his Louis bag went missing off his body.
Oh man. So wait, Drake is our Puff Daddy? Is that this whole time?
Well, they saying Drake been that. They said, this is, it's some things. But that's not even it, because we know that this is how they all got there, and we still was listening to their music. So I'm not going in on Drake because of that. But I want to talk about the level of influence that he has. Because now he's trying to make it look like Kendrick Lamar, everything that Kendrick Lamar put in those songs was given to him by plants. That he planted 4 or 5 people in Kendrick's midst to tell fake stories about Drake, and that he ended up making a whole album or 2 whole albums about lies and information that Drake had fed to him. But they started breaking down this stuff, and it turns out that Drake is lying about this, that there really may be a 12-year-old little girl out there that is Drake's child. So maybe not the story about the little boy, because we know that the girl said that she was joking, but there's some things going on, and we really need to talk about the fact that some people are so famous that their influence goes far beyond what we see and what we know. So we need to see this. Why I said they both lost, because we don't know if any of the information that we heard was real. What y'all got to say about that? What y'all think about that? That this might all be fake. That this may all be fake and staged, because they both getting ready to drop albums.
That's true, but you know what? I mean, if that's the case, I feel that Kendrick lost because his raps is based on the information. Drake's raps was most like a lot of disses and some true information about Kenny living in an apartment, and maybe Kenny's older partner used to is the father of his kid. So them some true allegations seem to be true right there. I feel like the allegations coming from Drake's side is true. Kendrick is one that came up with if he's talking about the daughter, and then the daughter, we haven't seen the daughter yet, because remember before, Pusha T talked about the kid Adonis, and we seen Adonis. He couldn't hide Adonis. if there's a daughter, there's internet. I mean, that daughter should popped up by now. She should be, the baby mom should have popped up, because as soon as Pusha T said that, well, baby mom popped up ASAP. Pictures of her on X and all of that. I mean,
we got
hear
some.
this thing about
They're
Drake.
saying that the girl has she has an NDA that she was forced to sign.
Ooh.
Well, see, I have a whole different perspective. It's out the box, but this is where I live, out the box.
Come with it,
Look,
P. Come with it.
I'm under the impression, or what I get from it is that, again, because of the packs that they make in the industry, there's things that they have to say. Like, like how they say, like the powers that be, they'll put BS right on the news. Like, they'll make it very clear, and a lot of times we just don't take it in because we're like, whatever. I feel like there's a lot of truth that was said about both of them, that is just, it was their time. It's their time where these things have to be exposed, and they just chose to do it this way. Right, and they're like, yeah, let's do it through a battle or whatever the case. But the truth about them is coming out. It's being exposed. Again, out the box, I have no facts to back what I'm saying. They're speculation. But I'm just saying, I believe that a lot of it, what's coming out, is true. And it's just that this is how they do it. They put it right in our faces, put it in like a song where you're questioning, is it true, is it not true? After some time, it passes, it blows over. But they did their part. They like, the truth came out. And
they told you the truth, and they
they
gave you the chance to decide whether or not you wanted to believe it or not.
Exactly.
Right.
Just like Jay-Z and Beyonce.
There's a lot about that.
Right. Well, they talking about, so in this, you were saying, what about the baby mama not popping up? So they have this instance where there's a little boy that's said to be Jay-Z's from a Trinidadian video vixen who was in the video Big Pimpin'. And that after that video shoot that he impregnated that girl. And there's a little boy that looked just like Jay-Z, and he out there. But they say that Beyonce made Jay-Z silence her and give her an NDA. So she gets some dough, but she got to stay away. They're not allowed to come around. So in Puffy getting dug up the other day, part of the information, because Puffy said that he'll tell on anybody if it means saving himself.
Wait, Puffy said this?
Well, yeah, he said he's willing to cooperate with the police for a lesser sentence if it means that he has to go to jail. So whatever it is, it is. But there's some things that's being brought up about Jay-Z and Beyonce, because there's a young lady that they're talking about who said that she was pregnant, and then the girl went missing. And apparently the girl is deceased. So we know that it gets deep in this industry, but this is the names that are being called up behind us. So now this situation with Drake and this girl, when you hear stuff in the industry and people say, that Beyonce got rid of that girl that had Jay-Z baby in her. The man said sign the NDA and be quiet. You sign the NDA and you be quiet. Go raise your child. Even if you got to raise it by yourself, at least you got a child. Be quiet. Hush your mouth. So this is real, what we're looking at right now. But the information that I'm seeing makes me feel like Drake is bullying Kendrick in a way. And I love Drake, and neither one of them, the truth is that neither one of them have songs that are on my playlist. And long story short, okay, and let me go back. King Kunta used to play on repeat in my car until I realized that Kendrick, and there's another brother too I used to listen to, This Is America, that, what's his name? Danny Glover?
Yeah. Childish Gambino,
Danny Glover. So when I realized that these two men, one is married to a white woman, the other a racially ambiguous woman, it had become to my understanding that I'm listening to music to men who are not properly representing themselves out there. And so when Kendrick starts saying about Drake, how many black features, like the features on your face, and how many black features, like how many black people are going to get on your song until you feel black enough, that, for me, the fact that Drake went and got his lips done, oh man, it's so many layers to this. It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of things that's going on.
What is that? Like, did Drake really did his butt? Like, really? Like,
they say he wanted to look more like he wanted to be built more like a black man, and they gave him the black man body. This is apparently what
I need the receipts. This
Wow,
just
that's
because
He got etch and sketch abs. I'm going through it. Trust me.
so
I
you
love this
think
man.
you think that thing that was shot on over the the rumor, you think that's surgery then? You know what I'm saying? You don't think
We've been knew he had surgery because we seen how he looked after the surgery. We seen his lips, but nobody wanted to believe it.
No,
But,
I'm talking about when his thing was shown on the internet like a couple months ago.
You know the
think that thing was
spaghetti.
surgery?
You know the spaghetti tube that they have for the kids that get in the water. It'd be like
Yeah,
Noodle?
he got a noodle. He got a noodle. It don't even work. So I don't know if that was him or
Yo,
not.
yo.
That the one they
Oh
showed on
my
the internet
God.
didn't even work. So I
I
don't know.
don't know what you guys are talking about. His noodle was on the internet. What are we talking about?
Yeah,
That's what I'm
about a
saying.
month ago, he posted
Yeah.
a video leak that of Drake sitting in this place that he's usually at, and we've seen photos of this place before. So it's his foot sitting in it, and then the reflection is him, like with his self-exposed doing stuff. But I guess he don't realize the way he's filming. He thinks he's filming his lap, but the reflection in the camera, you can see what he's doing. So it's like, oh my gosh.
What?
Yeah. I'm thinking that's surgical though. That could be all surgery. That ain't natural. That's what it be.
Well, it might. Well, he looked like he might need a pump for it, so it might be surgery because it looked like. Yeah, it looked like a build eggplant. It looked like they built it.
You see what I'm saying? They ain't people out there, B. They ain't people out there. I always say the people that we see may not be real.
I don't know. I think I'm going through it and I'm just like, hey, y'all, let's not forget that this is all a movie. Let's not forget that this is a movie. It's all make believe. Don't believe any of it. Both of these dudes are about to drop albums or something because this is not it. This is not the life that they signed up for. I can promise you. None of them are gangsters. None of them. The stories that they're telling about each other, none of them are valid. It's terrible what they're doing to each other. And so to think that y'all having a fight and telling stories that are not true, it just does something terrible to my soul.
I think J. Cole won then if that's the case. J. Cole, I'm sure Gina the Great will be like, yeah, I told you guys. But it's like
we're gonna let her have her flowers too.
Yeah, because J. Cole pulling out, he's probably like, yo, it's about to be a bunch of shenanigans. Or he's like, yo, I never signed that thing that you guys all signed, so I don't even have to do it. So that's why I'm out here on my bike, I'm just doing my daggone thing.
I don't know if that's what that means because I think that at the level that he's at, I think he's sold too. Yeah, for sure. The thing is that when you get in there, some people block it out, put it in the back of the mind, and enjoy it to the best of their abilities. And some of them say, "I'm going to live a humble lifestyle while I'm doing this, and I'm going to give back where I can give back, and God will still grant me my soul back." No, you're not getting it back. You're not getting it back. So we don't care.
When I was hearing this, I was getting reminiscent about the East Coast versus West Coast thing. So I was like, yo, I hope this don't start no Canada versus LA thing. And then all of a sudden I'm starting to see it already though, like seeds of it. Like people are talking about how, Drake getting rejected from Canada. Like we don't even want to claim Drake no more. I'm like that.
All of that?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't think he lost like that. Like, yeah, I think he got some bars. Matter of fact, the last song, Hardport 6, was it for me. I think I really like that song. I think Drake killed Kendrick with that song. That's just me.
Well, you see,
I mean, but I hope there's no.
We're gonna. I think we're gonna need to deep dive a bit. We're gonna need deep dive a bit just to help the code. A little bit of what people heard because I know there's some things in there that I don't understand. I swear I heard something about pedophilia and
let me tell you where that comes from. So one of the things that they're talking about is an interview that was done back in sometime like 2015, and at the time Ruby Rose was 21, I think, or 20 in the interview. She might have been 19. Anyways, whatever it was, she was talking about previous years when she had slept with. And she gives a list of celebrities that she had been with. Drake is on that list, but at the time when she would have messed with him, she would have been 17.
Oh, wow.
A whole list of them, though. That's not the only one. He's not the only one. So, you know what I'm saying? We know what time it is. We know that Jerry Seinfeld had Shoshana, whatever her name was, and she was 16 years old when he first got her, and he was in his 30s. So, we're not going to do that. But yeah, the girl was 17 and she was hot. She was getting around, right? And not that that's a thing, but in the instance that she's actually out there, this is what the girl is doing. Like, don't make it look like, the man is a super, like he going out there looking for them. They looking for him. These are the type of the men that are being hunted. Now, if they don't have a good enough mindset to stay away from it, to not fall victim to it, well, shame on them. However, we're not going to act like they're not amongst the hunted, that Black and successful men aren't hunted. And that's the truth. So let's not act like we don't know what we know. But yes, there's an interview with her talking, saying these things, and it is alarming, very alarming, because it's like, oh my gosh, you understand why she is what she is in the industry right now. They had to give her a little play. This girl knows a lot. She's been with some people, and there's some stuff. So, what else did you say that you heard?
She's a plant.
Understood.
She's a plant.
Yes, she's a plant. She was probably raised to be that. There's a lady, I can't remember her name right now, this white lady, and she talks about how she was given away at a very young age, and they did like mind control stuff on her, and they made her and her daughter, who she does not know who fathered her daughter, but one of these very powerful men fathered, and they did mind control on them through harmonic sounds, and they ended up pretty much making them slaves to the industry. So these women are women that are saying, well, I've been with Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, I've been with this one, that I've been with Hillary Clinton, she prefers women over men, I've been with this one, that one, like this, these are things. So some of these girls are actually planted there. They are built and raised for those things.
Yo, this is wild. Like, I watched it. This is off topic. This is off topic, but still on topic. But I watched this thing that TMZ did on the Puff Daddy thing. I don't know if you guys watched it. But it's like a TMZ version of a documentary of this whole Puff Daddy situation. And they played this clip that is so eerie to listen to now, where he's talking about he's with Justin Bieber as a young Justin Bieber. And talking about what they're gonna be doing that weekend, kind of thing, and you could see it on Bieber's face, and then you see the second time where he's like, "Yo, Bieber, how come we're not linking anymore?" Like that. It's so eerie, and it's like, to look at it now, it's like he's definitely on R. Kelly levels, but it's like on some kind of on like some kind of different industry stuff. And same for Usher, like see little Usher and whatnot. It's like yuck. It's like, yo, this guy really, and just for off the things that he's saying, like he said things live on camera that I guess at the time it's like we wouldn't even fathom the thought, and now with everything coming out, now you're putting two together. It's like, yo, this guy blatantly just said that. It's like,
you seen the Mike Tyson clip too?
I didn't see. Oh wait, on the show?
Yeah, when
they
he
were
was
on the hall.
Yeah, he's like trying to get touchy feely with Mike Tyson. It's like, bro.
And why Mike picked his hand up and set it down ever so nicely.
Yeah, like, yo, keep your hand to yourself, my G. We know how you get
like,
down.
Yeah, move the man's hand. I said, Mike. Mike. If I get in the P. Diddy F party and I get in there and he there, I'm gonna be like, hey, I've been looking for you. But it's terrible. It's terrible what happened to those people. I'm gonna be quiet. I'm muting my mic. Well, this is an episode of Kaya's Jambalaya, and we are out.
All right. So you guys, we've been chatting with Vance all episode, and it's nice to have him on here. But I think just in fairness, we should take a moment to let Vance introduce himself, so to connect with the people. So Vance, first of all, I thank you for being on the show and for coming and blessing the people today. Before we go too deep, let's take a moment to just have you introduce yourself. So Vance, who are you? What's your background? What you do, for those who might not know who you is?
Well, my name is Vance, aka Vito Plays, aka V Love, aka you could just call me Vance, but my name, I'm a Haitian American, Canadian. I got 3 nationalities. That's what I feel like I am, because my parents were born in Haiti, but they migrated over here to Canada. So I was born here in Canada. And then after that, they left Canada when I was 4 and my brother was 1. And they took us to New York. And that's where I lived there in a village called Spring Valley, New York, for like 24 odd years. Then I lived then I lived in the Bronx for just like a couple of months. Then I lived in the Schenectady. I went to school in Albany for 2 years. Did a stint in Buffalo that led me to come back here in Canada.
When you said led you, was it like? Was it when it kind of sounded like led you had to come back? They're like, get out of the United States.
I was forcefully led back to my
Oh my goodness.
forcefully back to
my condolences. My condolences, brother.
Forcefully back to my homeland. But it was a good thing. It was a blessing in disguise, real talk, because I was in too deep over there, but I just didn't know it. And God and the universe had another plan for it, brother, as you can see, which led me to come out here. And I started just led me to do I went to cooking school, but as I went to cooking school, I started rapping, started doing mixtapes. That's how I kind of met Pharaoh.
Yep. Vito Blaze. What are you talking about, yo, Kaya? Do you remember we used to have Beatwave in the basement of the OFC lounge? And it's like where you're coming from the back alley. We had that whole back alley set up under the barbershop. People didn't even know we were down there kicking it. And man, used to just come and tear it up. It was such a dope vibe. Shout out to Max. It was it was a real it was quite the experience.
So busted because of Max, right? So Max said one day, like we had a meeting up in that place where we was having the beat wave, right?
Yeah.
And then so fast forward to one day with Max, I think that was about 7 years ago. He tells me while I was in the middle of cooking school here and being a rapper here in Montreal after that forcefully led situation, I was down, I had to get back up. So and then while I'm getting back up and Max is a good friend along the way. Shout out to Max Moupassi. He just sat me down one day. He was like, "Hey man, I heard one time you said you wanted to try comedy." He was like, "Listen, I'm about to set up a comedy show at the Wiggle Room. You want to be on it?" And I was like, "He's like, it could be your first time doing stand-up comedy." And I did it, and I met some people that show. It led me to being a stand-up comedian where I was doing shows up in the Nest Wiggle Room. And now I host my own show at Hurley's Irish Pub. It's called the World's Smallest Comedy Night. And we're actually number 1 on Coke MTL right now.
Nice. Claps to that.
Hey,
we got number 1 on that. Matter of fact, I should have put that on my week, man. Because actually, it's a good. Last year, right? We was number 2, right? When we was number 2, I kept saying to people, they got it twisted. That we actually number 1, but you know what? You guys will see next year because we number 1. I kept saying that all year, right? And I'm like, I know it's about to get manifested because now I'm just putting it out in the air. I see it number 1 almost every day. Now, when number 1 comes in the paper, my friend that I started the show with, he's like, "Oh man, we got number 1. You know how much heat is gonna come on us now because people now know that we're number 1." I was like, "What heat you talking about? I've been saying we number 1, yo." Like, I've been hot. I was like, "Wait, heat you talking about now?" I was like, I've been saying we number 1 since last year. We saying we number 1. We've been had the heat, whatever heat we had. We got coming we've been had it because we've been saying number one because that's the power of manifestation right there. Anyway,
Talk about it.
Yeah. So it's been like it's been cool being a comedian right now for 5 years. No, 6-7 years since 2017. I've been a comedian and a cook too. Like I worked in a couple restaurants too.
Okay, so you still got the art of cooking, so that's dope. Okay. So shoot, you're a full package. So wait, so well, first of all, you just shared some stuff I never knew about you. I didn't know you spent all that time in the United States. I knew you like. Yeah, definitely. I know you have an American swag about you that I find is just it adds to even like your performance. And again, like you're drop dead hilarious. Like I tell everybody, I definitely think you are. If I had to rate them in the city, I definitely put you on my if not my top one, my top three. I think it's between you. I think Renzel is pretty damn funny too, and I think there was a sister that I was listening to that I would put in my top three. It's slipping my mind right now. Anyways, no, she's not from Toronto. That's why. She's from Toronto. You know that sister? She's like, what is her name?
Talking about Sarah.
Slipped my mind. She performs with Rodney Ramsey.
Oh, yeah,
every year
Keisha Brownie.
Do that. Keisha Brownie, she's man funny.
Yeah.
Good, yeah. So anyway,
Keisha Brownie though. I listened to her thing on Spotify. It was lit. I think
right?
her last album. Yeah, she got an album on Spotify. You should listen to it. It's pretty cool. So
okay.
And
we'll play that too.
Yeah, she got a couple of things on Spotify. Shout out to Keisha though, yo. Yeah, Keisha is hilarious. Real talk.
But
hilarious.
But you seem like you're a package. So let me ask you something if you don't mind sharing. So what's your love life like? Are you in a relationship? Are you there's a reason I'm asking the question.
Oh, well, yeah. I'm kind of seeing somebody right now.
That is good because I find I have a lot of conversations with some of the queens and sisters within the network, within the community, and they make it seem like there's no there aren't no good dudes around, right? And I'm like, but you see now the fact that you're coupled up.
You probably talking to the right queens and sisters. I'm not even dating a sister. You know what I'm saying? She on the vanilla side, so you probably right. They probably right.
Oh my.
You see, I didn't even know that. Yeah. Oh man, you killed me. Okay. All right. So they are right. So okay. So they're not even lying. All right. Well, see, so great. So now that's just good. Now I'm like, you see, this is what I mean. I'm like, all right. So you are right. All right. So we gotta work on that within the community. Jesus. All right.
I mean.
All right. So you're doing the daggone things. All right, yo. So shout out to you. And you said so. You said is that Hurley's? Now is this something that you do it on a regular? And how do we find out more information?
Every Monday I'm there at and every Monday I'm there at 8 p.m. and 10:30 doing a comedy show. One at 8 p.m. and one at 10:30. 10:30 gets crazy because it's an open mic. People come in, they sign up, they go up. And and it's a late night one. That one gets a little crazy. And then I host trivia too on Wednesdays. Well, sometimes I rotate that with my buddy, but yeah, people come in for questions, and then we do like 4 rounds of questions, and there's a comedian in between, but I could be hosting that for like 3 hours. So like I got to say the questions and keep them entertained during the questions too, like in between.
Yeah. Oh my G, I might call you. Might have to come drop 2 trivia questions on us today, seeing you're replacing Gina the Great. I don't know. I didn't even know you got trivia like that. You might need to come with some trivia so I could redeem myself.
Okay.
Kaya's just been been
I got a whole lot of trivia.
Line it up. Line it up because we could just bang it out right now because I need this
What?
person anyway.
Don't get me started.
Yo, I'm saying. Yo, so okay, you got something right now you could drop on us? You got a trivia question?
How many trivia questions y'all want right now? Because I'll give you some of what I did last week.
All right, yo, let's do it. Let's go 5 questions.
All right, cool. Give me some. I'll pull it up.
Trivia or riddles?
Yeah, you have riddles too?
Trivia
You got
and
riddles.
riddles.
Stop it.
All right, this is from the pop culture. Pop culture. I'll give you.
All right.
I'll give you one from each round.
All right. Cool.
This hamster-like toy by Tiger Electronics was all the rage in 1998.
Hamster-like toy. You said in 1998?
Yep. By Tiger Electronics.
Okay, so I'm just gonna start. It said hamster-like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hamster-like toy.
Are we talking about Sonic the Hedgehog? No,
that's a hedgehog.
You said hamster-like.
Yeah,
That's true.
No, but I remember this hamster shaking his booty on the cartoon, on the commercials and stuff like that. But I don't remember what he's for. What is he for? I can't remember. Can't remember what his name is.
Oh, okay. No, I was thinking about Treasure Trolls. It's not Treasure Trolls, eh?
Nah,
you know what? No,
I don't know it either.
Treasure Trolls was a big joy. Oh, yo, I remember. Oh man, I wish I saved my.
Right?
Oh. I wish I saved those toys. Those toys.
Yeah, my grandmother was a real gin owl. She stole all of mine and sold them. Like just as they started becoming like good for something, like and you could like trade them for money. She took all of them and sold them. She went to Acapulco with the money.
Wow. Yeah, and you know what else you should have saved too? The answer to this question. The Furby.
Furby. I forgot about Furbies. I don't even know what the
Furby is.
Remember, what? You don't remember how big it was?
Yeah, I do not remember. Furby. Okay, I'm gonna Google it.
Here's the second one. Here's an easy one for you guys. What is the most viewed video on YouTube?
I feel it's like these little children's songs. God damn it!
Mukbangs. I'm gonna say mukbangs.
Mukbangs.
Yes.
What is that?
You said what's the most viewed videos on YouTube?
Yep.
Yeah, mukbang.
I don't even know what a mukbang is. Look,
people sitting down and eating a whole bunch of food at one time.
Mukbang. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Oh, I have to say mukbang. We know.
No, mukbang. Yeah, mukbang. Okay, mukbang. I look at it and be like mukbang.
I still think the other day
depends on if you're Mandarin or Cantonese, bro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I watched this video clip that Nzinga put on the other day. It was these 2 girls singing. It was like they were like 8 and like 11. And the video had like 100 billion views. I've never seen the beat on the views on YouTube. I told Solo we are in the wrong business. We should be creating music for little children. But okay, was that the answer though? Is that the answer? Or that's not the answer?
What was the song that you saw?
Shit, I don't remember the name of the song now. It was
It starts with a T. I know what song it is. It starts with a T.
It starts with a T.
Something guru guy or something like that. I know what you're talking about. All the kids are doing it right now. My niece is on it too. It's like some brainwash stuff.
It's crazy. The views are in the billions.
Don't cheat. Don't cheat.
You know what? I gotta give the answer. You know what? Pharaoh's in the field, but he just give me the name.
No, he don't know the name.
He don't know the name of the song. We gonna be
P, don't cheat. Come back on camera so we can see you.
Yo,
cheat.
Just go ahead. What's the song?
He trying to cheat. All right, so here it is.
I can't believe
Baby
it.
Shark.
Oh my God, dude.
Baby Shark. That's
crazy.
With 14.1 billion views.
Wow.
And counting.
Wow. And counting. Oh, it's
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, we're all too dumb for Vance's Nah, we can't do it.
All right.
Come on.
All right. Come on. Nah, come on.
Go.
I'll give you one more.
No.
What was
Yeah, it's good.
E.T.'s favorite candy?
M&M's. M&M's.
I
I
thought it
just
was-
said it. Stop playing with me. M&M's.
I thought it was
Smarties.
a Snickers.
No, Reese's Pieces. Excuse me, Reese's Pieces. The peanut butter
Yo,
one.
you said two. You said
No, he
you
said
said
Reese's
too
Pieces.
many
It's Reese's-
answers.
Miss said it one. Reese's Pieces that he won.
You
And
said
went
too
live.
many answers, and you're distracting me. I can't get no answers
Sorry.
out. I would have said Snickers. So all right.
You were, yeah.
Yes.
You know what? That was a multiple choice one too. I put Reese's Pieces, Snickers, and Skittles.
Are you
She did-
serious?
Yeah, man. Kitty got it though. It's Reese's Pieces though. It's Reese's Pieces.
All right, Reese's Pieces it is. All right, Queen Kai. That got it. So you got that point, Queen Kai.
I'm telling you, man. All right, check it. I'll give you another one. We go into cartoons now. Let's see what you know about
Okay.
the cartoons. Which cartoon series features characters who can influence earth, air, water, and fire through
Captain
telekinesis?
America.
Pokemon.
Captain Planet. Captain Planet.
No,
You said
No.
Pokemon?
that's not the answer. The answer is Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh
I said-
my God.
I said
Wow.
earth, air, water, and fire through telekinesis.
Ah,
Remember that?
telekinesis.
Yeah, playing they had the rings. They had rings.
That's true. All right. That,
No.
one more.
Yeah, because this last one, I tend to make the trivia pretty hard. Okay, this one is pretty cool. Every Hershey's Kiss contains a white paper strip. What is the official name for the strips?
Say it again.
I must
Say
know
it,
this.
say it again.
Every Hershey's Kiss contains a white paper strip. What is the official name for the strip?
It's the Kiss strip. Ooh.
Oh, I like that. See, if you would have wrote that on paper, you would have got a point because that made me laugh. I like that. I like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
But Kai, you don't know the actual answer, Kai? You usually have all these weird answers already locked and loaded. Oh, it's like shit, I know that.
The Hershey's strip.
Kai, stop trying to Google. Jeez. Cheater.
Oh my God, I'm not Googling. I'm
Okay.
working actually. Somebody just messaged me. Jeez, look at me there.
okay.
Look at me there.
It's the
That's-
tip. It's the tip. That's what it is. It's the tip.
Wait, that's the answer?
No, that's not.
Oh.
I'm gonna fall
Like,
down. I'm falling down.
It's
Oh
like,
my God.
wait, what?
It's the tip.
Oh my God.
It's
Okay, what's the answer?
It's a plume. A
Oh,
plume.
what? I would have
A
never guessed that
plume.
either.
That's wild.
Why is it a plume? Why is it called a plume?
I don't know. It's just
Like a feather?
Yeah, it's like
Yo.
yeah. There you go, like a feather.
Yo, Kaya, I want Vance to run the next trivia and have Gina in it. Let's see if Gina
Right.
can answer these questions the way Gina's always grilling us.
Wow.
Let's
Wow.
do it. I
think that's a
can't
great
wait.
idea. That's a
I
great idea.
can't wait, Vance,
I
for you when
can't
you when you're
lie.
back on. Oh,
Vance, I have my blood. Hey, listen, my head is heavy. Wow.
Yeah, I took you to a whole
I just use so much of this muscle. I'm gonna tell you. My
Yeah.
God.
man.
Father God.
I purposely made them because the guys were getting at me for like, oh, you use the same question. I was like, word, all right, yo, check these questions I come out with. I'll even give you a multiple choice one right here.
Okay, all right.
How did the term cappuccino originate? Was it A, from the habit of the cappuccino friar? B, is it the French term for foam on coffee? C, is it Italian for frothy coffee drink? Or D, it was a term invented by a coffee company? How did the term cappuccino originate?
I want to combine two of the answers. I want to say that a coffee company invented the name cappuccino.
I want to say that too, but that's because I'm such a everything's conspiracy for me. So I'm like, it must be that. It's hard for me to think past that.
So I want to know because I want to break it down. But cap like top chino, the top of cream.
So maybe it is Italian.
Italian for frothy coffee drink, or is it the French term for foam on coffee?
It's definitely not the French term. If it would have been anything, I would have said Italian because I don't know it.
I'm gonna say the Italian one. That's what I'm gonna go with.
And I'm gonna say the conspiracy theory. I'm gonna say the coffee company came up with it.
All right. And then from the habit of the cappuccino fryer, is out your mind. The A is out your mind. B.
We said it. What is the first one? Is what? Cappuccino what?
From the habit of the cappuccino fryer.
What the hell do that mean?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's the cappuccino maker.
That's from the hat of the cappuccino fryer. I guess the fryer is like one of those Catholic dudes.
Okay, this is a rule for the trivia too. Now, if you bring trivia, you got to know what it means too. Okay. Now,
yeah. Cappuccino derived.
No, you're not gonna stress me out. Give us the answers. Let's go.
Okay. Anyway, so the answer was A, the cappuccino fryer.
What? Oh my God!
The cappuccino fryer. The cappuccino fryer habit resembles a peak of foam atop the popular espresso drink we now call cappuccino. Cappuccino order
a fryer. The fryer, like the man who's in the court in the king's court. A fryer.
There you go.
Come on, sir.
Was instrumental in returning capitalism to Europe in the 16th century. So their name cappuccino derived from their long pointed cows or cappuccinos that were a part of their habit. And the color of the cappuccino beverage also resembles the color of the cappuccino fryer's habit, what is hat. So
wow. Boom, bam, bam, boom.
Yeah. Cappuccino's from a hat. It's from a hat.
Wow, no, I'm definitely looking forward to having you back on the show, Vance, especially when Gina the Great is here. We'll definitely have a special rounds of trivia just for her. So so thank you for that. Another round of applause. So that now trust me. So as we're looking to close up, Vance, you have any stories or anything you want to share with the people before we close up the show for today?
Have any what?
Any stories you want to share? Anything you want to share?
I was just saying, man, it's been wonderful learning experience. As I told you, I was forcibly led back here, and coming on my way up was pretty cool. Like the whole journey to even get to where I'm at is pretty cool, and I'm still going up. And I gotta say, like, throughout the journey, I noticed that, I had a lot of 9-to-5s, a lot of jobs that I had a couple of short tenures at, and there's this one job that comes to mind where I got fired from, and the reason why I got fired from it is because of people, it was just I felt like it wasn't my fault, but it just ended up being my fault at the end of the day, because what had happened was, like, I went to work. I used to work at a place called Opinion Search. It was a place that was handing out surveys, and when you get these surveys, and you would call people on a list, and you would, ask them if they would like to take a survey. We're doing research. Would you like to take a survey for this product or that product? And one day I came into work. I'm on a line. I'm waiting for my assignment. I tell the lady in front of me, see this nice, attractive lady in front of me, and I thought I could say something, charming to her. So what I thought in my mind was very charming to say was nice boots. And I told the lady, that she had nice boots. And then she looked at me strange. And she looked at me like I farted or something. I kept it moving. I was like, nah. I was like, I don't know if you heard me. I didn't think she heard me. I was like, hey, girl. I said, nice boots. And then she looked at me strange again. So I'm like, all right, never mind. I thought she just didn't speak English. So I just got my assignment. and I went to my desk and I did my work. 2 hours later, manager taps me on my shoulder and tells me, "Hey, Mr. Michelle, I need to see you in my office." I'm like, "Okay, cool." And then as I'm in this office, he tells me, "Hey, something occurred on the floor. We just received a complaint saying that you said something to an employee, and that behavior is not tolerated here in this organization. So we're gonna have to ask you to leave, clock out, and leave right now." And I'm like, "Wow, what did I say?" All I said was "nice boobs" to the lady in line. You tell me I'm getting thrown out of here because I said "nice boobs"? That's crazy. And it was like, "No, no, no. We heard what she said. She told us, and that is not what she complained about. She said that you said some intolerable things, some things that can't be what do you mean? You know when a job said they can't have that? What's that word? What's the white word?"
I was gonna say prohibited. It
Yeah.
is. Mhm.
It's prohibited. Yeah, prohibited. Exactly. I'm like, wow, all right, cool. Throwing some real strong words. I'm like, okay. So as I leave, I see one of my colleagues. She's like, "Hey Vance, why the long face and why you sad?" I'm like, "Man, I'm getting thrown out of here because I told some girl in there that she had nice boobs." And then she was like, "Hey Vance, man, you got a strong accent. She probably thought you said nice boobs." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Nice boobs." I was like, "Oh man, she ain't even have nice, nice. She ain't even have nice things. Like, she ain't even have that." I'm like, I'm like, "Oh no." I'm like, I'm not about to lose my job over this flat chested chick. And then I'm like, so so I'm getting a call. I called the office the next day. I said, "Hey, um, a misunderstanding. Yeah, like I didn't say nice boobs to that girl. I said nice boobs." And then the lady is telling me like, "Well, you know, we don't care what you said. They taking her word over my word. They don't even." So I'm like, I'm just gonna lose my job over what she just said, just straight up. Y'all, I got proof. I got people saying I got 2 people that heard me not say boobs. They actually heard me say boobs. So like, if we could take this, I got witnesses and all of that. Like I was prepared to take it there.
Like you ready to escalate this? Like let's
Yeah,
go
escalate
high
this.
level Supreme
But
Court
she's
style.
telling me, nah, it's not even possible because what you did was non-prohibited and it's on terms of termination, rightful termination, right? It's like right away. Like I'm like, oh, this is messed up. So her word over my word. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, who? And then they telling me I gotta bring in my access card. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'm fired. I'll bring in my access card. Who am I talking to? I forgot the lady's name. Let's just say her name is Robin for this story, for the sake of the story. And then I'm like, okay, Robin, I'll see you and hand you my access card. Cool. And then so I storm in the office. Now when you watch those police shows and when they tell the cop, "Hey, he's off the force, hand me your badge." And then the cop will take out his badge and then he'll slam it on the desk, right?
Yeah.
He'll slam it on the desk, right? Or so and I'm a good card player. I like to flick out the cards too. I like to, you know what I'm saying? When I play spades too, I'll be like pap, pap, or Uno. I'm like cat. I do the flick. I do the flick of the wrist. Nice. So back to the office when she called me in, I'm walking in with I'm planning to see Robin with my access card. I walk in the office. I say, "Hey, I was like, hey, you Robin? I see Robin. I was like, hey, you Robin? She said, yes, I'm Robin. I was like, yes, here's my card. And I planned to flick it down on the desk and walk away, do smooth. That's what I wanted to do in my mind. That's not what happened though. As I walked in, right, I was like, yeah, you Robin? She's like, yeah, I'm Robin. I was like, yeah, here's my access card. I slammed it down on the desk. The card hits the desk and flicks and almost hit Robin in the face. And she's like, get out of my office. And I'm like, you know what? I will get out right now. I just scooted the hell out of there. Like, left it be. I'm not escalating nothing out here.
I've already done too much. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I gotta go. So
I've already done too much.
Assault. Like, I could have ended up with 2 charges now. You're right, Rob. I'm out of here. I'm gonna stay fired. This place not
that is terrible.
This place is not for me. I learned, man. I learned that 9 to 5 isn't for me. Isn't for me. That's what led me to being a comedian, because I was getting fired a lot for just being funny. You know, like it was really getting annoying to a point where it got to like after my 16th job for like being like, damn, why I get fired for basically just being funny? Like, I might as well just try to get paid for the like put in the effort. I mean, and it all aligned. Like I was thinking that, but being a rapper and just when Max came with that opportunity of, let's just I'm gonna do a stand-up comedy show. You want to be on it? Cool. As soon as I jumped on it, it just led me to meet mad people, which led me to opportunities that I'm having right now, which are blessed, like for real. Because I'm like, I would get into jobs, and then like it's because of my charismatic, or I'll be too funny. Some people would just be like, hey, you know what? I don't think this job will be right for you. You know, this is a serious place, and we conduct business here, and we just don't think you're right for the job. But there was actually one job that kept me because of that. Like there was one job that was like, yo, there's mad times upper management kept saying, yo, fire this guy. But we was like, no, he's good. He's good for morale. Like there's a lot of people that just like to come into this building just because he's here and he's good for morale. So like, that's why. There was one job. Shout out to that job, that call center. They kept me for like almost 2 years just because of that. Like they was like, yo, we supposed to fire you about 8 months ago.
That was hilarious. The truth is that, I feel like part of what happened, you're like, oh, I'm going to get out of here when the card flew. But I want to tell you that when I heard you say it, I laughed. That was hilarious. But I think that was her karma for believing someone who was guilty. So it was like almost like God was like, no, you're not leaving just like that. Here, take this.
Yeah.
Hold that. Yeah. It was like your ancestors were like, yo, hold that. What was her name? What we say we were calling her for the story?
Oh, Robin.
So the God is like, yeah, Robin, take that in your head. Because you know why? You're very rude, Robin. You're very feisty. And you know what? You believe the girl over the man. And you know what? The girl was lying. And you know what? And there was a miscommunication because no telling what she probably in real life. It was clearly a miscommunication. And so the fact that she took this woman's word for it and they had went as far as to terminate your position, your ancestors were like, yo, Robin, take that. And I have, hey, hold that.
In your eyeball. Good.
And you know what's up too? You know what? I'll be like, dang, the universe really hold me down to the point where I don't feel no type of ways when I be fired and all of that. But then I look at this day and ask me about a lot of the places that fired me. Ask me about them there. They don't even exist. They don't even exist. They don't even exist. That survey spot don't even exist. That place that hold me down for 3 years, that call center, that place don't even exist. Come on now. I could tell all these places. I'll be like, dang. I was like, I was like, wow. That restaurant that had me, I was like, they don't even exist. I was like, damn, I ain't even wanted ill things to happen to them. But look like it did. I was like, oh shit.
You see? And the name of Vans is living on, and it's going to continue to live on. I think it, again, like, I definitely encourage you. That was an awesome story. So now for people who want to connect with you, they want to follow you, they want to support what you're doing, where do they find you? How do they connect with you?
Yeah, you can always connect with me on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. All of that. All you gotta do is just look up Vito Blaze, Vance Michelle on YouTube, Vance Michelle on Facebook, V Bleezy at V Bleezy on Instagram. That's what it is for now. V Bleezy. Look out for the change up, but it's V Bleezy. It's Vito. It's at Vito Blaze on Twitter though. If people looking for me on Twitter, you can always find me on Twitter. And podcasts. I got podcasts going on too. I got my Rapid Flames podcast on Spotify and Coffee Talk with Vito Blaze on Spotify as well.
Yo, shout out to what you're doing, King. And I know you just filmed a special not too long ago, right?
Yeah. I filmed the special. It's going to be out real soon. Look out for that on YouTube, Spotify, and all of that right now. I got to go check my man later today and put that together. Start putting that together real soon.
Yo, G, well, you like this is a platform that you got. We're glad to have you. Glad to have you as a part of the community. Glad for what you're doing. Glad to have you here. It was a weird turn of events, but I'm glad that the United States had to help you to see the value in coming back to Canada. You know, and just
for real.
Yeah. So we're glad for that. So beautiful people. Now, normally Gina the Great wraps up the show, and you would think after so many shows, I actually know what she really says. Kaya, do you know what Gina says at the end of the shows? Like, I know it's been great. If we do a thanks to the guests. So shout out to the guests that was joined us today. We appreciate you guys, and now it's our shout outs. Just a round table of shout outs and thank you.
You have a shout out. That's what I remember.
Right. Thank you guys. So I'll go last because I gotta think about who my shout outs are for this week. So Vito Blaze, you want to
actually be first because I don't have any shout outs this week really.
Okay, no shout outs for you this week. Okay, good. Vito Blaze, Vance, Michelle, you got any shout outs? Any plugs? Anything? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to shout out my team right now, my brothers, for helping me, realizing the dream. Like, I just take the special, so that was a big help from Zach Kick, Troy Stark, Walter J. Ling. They was a big part of that, helping me out with that. So I want to shout them out. I want to shout out my stylist, Alejandro Valentino. He works at Olympus Hair Salons. People looking at me like, yo, you got that ill fresh haircut, Vince. Well, get it from my man. Holla at Alejandro. Holla at the people at Olympus Hair Salons. Even if you're a girl too, you get your hair did up there too. Shout out to them. I say shout out to the comedy scene, the Montreal comedy scene. There's some good comedians out there. Oh, shout out Michael Peckman. He blessed me with a nice 20 yesterday. That was good. It felt good getting paid for a comedy gig. So shout out to Michael Peckman. So matter of fact, shout out to
with a nice 20.
Yeah, shout out to Comedy Cartel. Shout out to Comedy Cartel for that. And shout out to Gaia, you know what I'm saying? Because I've just been recently been connecting with her recently and noticed that she's been holding me down since day one. And I just realized that. So now I'm just like, oh, okay, I'm here with you too now, girl.
That's what it do. Snaps to that. So thank you. And on my end, in terms of shout outs, As usual, I want to shout out the OFC community as a whole, all the members who support, who encourage, and who just help to make this thing happen. I want to also just shout out to OFC Podcast Radio and the whole team, everybody who be holding it down and puts in the time to make this do what it do. And shout out to the family. Like actually, my family's been real supportive and encouraging to everything that I've been working on and I've been working through these last couple of years. So it's just shout out to the family. I really feel we're at a time now where it's a transition time. Everybody's leveling up, and I'm glad to be able to be a part of this experience. So, and last but very far from least, I'm gonna shout out the city of Montreal. So mad love to the Montrealers. Who just been holding it down, doing what we can to survive in this crazy rat race. So shout out to you all, and peace and blessings, Gina the Great. See you next week. With that, cha, peace.
Kings and queens, this was the OFC Podcast Radio with Pharaoh Hammond Freeman, Queen Kaya, and myself, Gina the Great. We're on every Thursday from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. on CKUT 90.3 FM. Hopefully you got your dose of entertainment, enlightenment, and empowerment. Stay blessed and highly favored.
OFC Podcast Radio.